in regards to this season, I think two of them have like they're building on something, but like for this season, is anybody in the NFC South you looking at and you're like, that team might be dangerous?
Dangerous? I don't think. Like, okay. Do I see any of these teams as dangerous? A stray dog is dangerous, but like, I'm not gonna fucking, I'm not gonna die. So, in that sense, like, I'm still in on the Panthers. Out of all these teams, I think that they can build on what they did last year. Now they've been hit with injury bug pretty early here in camp, losing Nick Skeleton before the season starts, but still got Derek Brown coming back. They obviously signed Jalen Phillips in the offseason and Devin Lloyd. The secondary is really good. I think J.C. Horn on any given day is as good as any corner. So defensively, I think they'll be able to figure it out as long as Ajiro Evero doesn't sandbag a fucking big game like he did in that playoff game by playing everybody 15 yards back. But I digress from my point. I like the draft that they had. They got Lee Hunt out of Texas Tech, who I liked a lot. Zakie Wheatley was really good at Penn State, so they got him to go along with that secondary. Signed Darren Waller, which is kind of a sneaky good tight end pickup. And then the offensive line. The offensive line, it's going to be interesting to see what that looks like because we don't know. Ike Ekwonu is still out, I believe. I think Taylor Moulton's out, but they did draft Monroe Freeland, who I was high on. I would have been fine if Monroe Freeland went top 10. So I'm still in on the Panthers out of every team in this division. The Falcons, it's going to be a long season for the Falcons. It is what it is.
You got those two quarterbacks. I like almost everything else about the Falcons besides their like should be incarcerated pass rusher in their quarterback situation. Otherwise, I like a lot about Atlanta, but I just can't trust. If you tell me I'm going into a season and it's Tua or Penix, we down bad, man. Like we just starting behind the 8-ball.
The Saints, I like what the Saints got going on. Losing Jordan Tyson obviously is tough. With that hamstring, it's already rearing his head. So who knows what they got there. Obviously, Chris Olave's health is always a question with his concussion history. But Shuck played really good last year. Like, he showed a lot in that Kellen Moore offense. Their offensive line also kind of, you have some questions around it. Calvin Banks has been really good for him. But outside of that, there's guys that should either be taking a step when you think about Fuaga or guys you don't know if you can rely on in the interior. So that remains to be seen. They signed Travis. My real name is not ETN. It's A-Chain. So news to us. News to us. So he's there now.
Your name like several years into your career is funny.
It's a very funny move. I respect it though. But he's there. Alvin Kamara is going to miss some time to start the year. So it's going to be interesting to see how the run game looks. And then defensively, I guess Cam Jordan's not coming back.
No, Cam Jordan resigned.
He re-signed? Okay.
He got
I wasn't sure.
He got a one. I think it's a 1-1. It's like 1 year plus a player option.
Okay.
Your defense, and I said this about the Saints like last week, I was like, if for the Saints defense to be good, they need Cam Jordan to be productive. And Cam Jordan's a Hall of Famer. Like, he's an all-time Saint. Like, I'm not trying to take nothing away from his career.
And he like 37.
Correct. And Vaughn just signed. And it's like the difference between Vaughn and Cam is like niggas know Vaughn is like a part-time pass rusher. Like, they need Cam Jordan to be like a really good full-time player for the defense to be there. So I'm like, that's asking a lot.
The Saints have Chase Young's been really good for the Saints, which is a plus for the defense. I think Kool-Aid McKinstry can take a step this year, and Justin Reed's just been really good for a long time, and it doesn't really get talked about. You see what the Chiefs could fucking use Justin Reed, so that but like I said, the injuries along with the questionable players offensively. Like I said, I still lean Carolina. I think on both sides they're more solidified. And then with the Bucks, the Bucks are kind of weird because Ibuka's got some injury stuff going on right now with his lower body, whether it be foot or toe, ankle, who knows. No Mike Evans, and I just don't really like that. Like, I think that's going to have a negative effect on the team not having Mike Evans there. Mike Evans is always the constant and the steady, so not having Mike Evans there is tricky. And then defensively, they were a good defense last year, but I'm very unsure about the Bucks, and I don't know what the vibes are like when you have a Baker Mayfield who wants to be paid. They always talk about the chip on the shoulder, but that shit can have a negative impact. So, yeah, I'm high on Carolina. And when it comes to that division, I would go Carolina, Tampa Bay, New Orleans, Atlanta.
So this division's weird to me because it's like everybody clearly to me has like the best of something, but each team has like serious flaws. Like I think Baker with the Bucks is the best quarterback in the division. Like Shuck, I think he played well at the end of last season. Bryce, obviously, he really needs to show he can consistently because he has like drastic drop-offs where he's like one game they score 30 points, the next game he barely gets 10 completions. So Baker's clearly the best quarterback in that division. The Falcons clearly have the best skill players, but I don't trust their QB situation worth a damn, which is a shame because like if you have Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, their offensive line is
they're not a deep
great.
Team though. That's the thing. It's like once you get past Drake London at the wide receiver position, it's like Jalen Dotson, Olamide Zaccheaus. Pitts was really good last year, but Pitts be at 2 straight years though.
Who did they just draft? Zachary and something. Who did
they didn't have a draft pick.
They drafted Zach Branch, but even that is like, I think he's probably going to have to be forced to play because I just don't. Yeah. I don't know what they have at the wide receiver outside of Drake London.
No, Pitts is basically your second wide receiver. Like, and Bijan.
Yeah, who is that? Who is their backup? Who is their backup running back? I mean, I know Bijan is Bijan, but who?
Tyler didn't
Brian
I don't think.
Brian Robinson.
No, Tyler is in Arizona.
Yeah.
Brian Robinson from San Francisco.
Okay, yeah.
Brian Robinson used to be on the Commanders. He got shot.
The one that got shot.
He got shot. Yeah.
Speaking of that, thank you for saying that because that just reminded me. The most insane take I've heard the last 2 weeks, and I get it, San Francisco's got a bunch of injuries. Calling Ricky Pearsall injury prone because he got shot last year and then hurt this year is nuts. Like, just objectively fucking nuts.
Hey.
Like, everybody on San Francisco is injured. I get it. And, like, San Francisco's got its own issues, and leave it to the Chargers to be the only team to go fuck around with San Francisco and leave that practice with niggas getting hurt. Like, that's some Charger shit. But, man, I heard Ricky Pearsall, he's injured every year, and I'm like, he was shot.
They just look at it and say, you missed time. Like, it might not be football related, but you missed time.
Magic Johnson's basketball reference says illness.
Hey, yo.
He said he wasn't sick, he was ill.
Oh, my gosh. And then Atlanta, the thing that I think is going to help the most is it's Kevin Stefanski. You get to finally prove your 2 coach of the years, Fugazi. Yes, you did it in Cleveland, and you got a boost off being good in Cleveland, and I don't want to take that away from you. But I'm sick and tired of hearing, like, oh, Kevin Stefanski, we know how good he is. He got 2 coach of the year awards. And I'm like, I think Bill Belichick has 1. I think Andy Reid's got 1. I think Andy's got 2. I think Andy got 1 from Philly and 1 from Kansas City.
I mean, but even still, and like, I don't give a fuck about Kevin Stefanski, but you acting like he got a quarterback to go do something with.
Kevin Stefanski went to the playoffs with Baker Mayfield and Joe Flacco.
That Flacco year is crazy in hindsight. Like, that Flacco year is.
He don't have a Baker Mayfield or Joe Flacco in Atlanta.
He got a Tua. Tua's led the league in passing.
Tua had Tyreek Hill. Tua had Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Raheem Mostert.
Them ain't been words said since 2019, brother.
Hey, man, look, I got a narrative I'm going to spin next week with the AFC, so I got to keep that one alive. Tua did lead the league in passing. I like the Panthers defense the most in this division. Like you brought up Jalen Phillips, yeah, they probably overpaid Jalen a little bit, but again, he gives you a pass rush. He's a good player. The same with Devin. I do worry, like, with all of the – I don't know how deep y'all are into, like, the defensive regression tendencies, but, like, turnovers are, like, the number one defensive regression.
I, too, listen to Mina Kimes.
Yeah, it's like it's the number – it's why – again, for the AFC, it's why I love Denver's defense even more, is because Denver had all that pressure and only forced 14 turnovers. But if you're a team like Devin made his name last year out the fact that he had 7 interceptions, and so it's hard to say he's going to repeat that. And if that's your biggest contribution, are you still effective and worth that price tag if you only get 2 or 3 picks kind of deal? I really like Dave Canales, but again, Bryce has to show that he can consistently, like, game in, game out, be good. They got a tough stretch here, man. They have a stretch where they go at Philly, Tampa Bay, at Green Bay, Denver, at New Orleans, and then Baltimore. And I'm like, that's 4 out of 6 games where if you're not on your shit, you're going to be on your ass. Because that's not just good teams. Obviously, Tampa Bay, we'll see what it is. That's division. New Orleans is division. But you're playing other teams that are going to get after you. Like, Carolina's got a rough stretch. None of these teams, these all feel like the best version of them are going to be one and done. Like, someone has to make it out the NFC South, but I would be shocked. Like, I'd be shocked if any of them won a playoff game this year. I think the Saints and Panthers have the best foundation for, like, they need one more good draft, and then we'll start seeing something. And I really like Kellen Moore, and I like Dave Canales. Tampa Bay with Baker, it's tough because, yeah.
You had them finish a second?
I'm sorry?
You had them finish a second?
So, I had. If I said something prior, when I really went through the schedule the last 2 days, Tampa dropped some wins for me. I have the Saints and Falcons competing for first place. That picture I sent y'all, Week 18 zone I don't have because – Week 18 is a shit show for half the league, which we don't need a fucking 18th week to begin with. But a lot of these teams, like Denver's Week 18 game, is against the Chargers. Is it going to matter or is it not, right? There's a lot of games like that where if something's already seed-wise tied up. But I ended up on – I got the Saints and the Falcons. To me, their schedule breaks the best. Mm-hmm. But I don't – again, I don't love any of these teams, man. And the one Bucks fan I know was literally said he's boycotting the season. So I'm like, the Bucks vibes suck. Vita Vea not being there is a huge loss.
If he's not there,
I don't know if they're paying anybody.
We'll see. The division is tricky because you look at all of these teams and it's like ideally it'd probably be Tampa, but I mean we watched the Panthers, like we watched them beat the Rams. Should have beat the Rams twice. So we seen that happen. We seen this team 30-0 the Falcons last year when most people thought the Falcons were gonna be pretty good. Their schedule is very tough. Yes, the Panthers don't have an easy schedule by any means. But they're a weird team in that their losses are the games that they typically win. We've seen that over the last few years, especially last year. So if you look at the Panthers' schedule, they start off Bears, Falcons, Browns, Lions, Eagles. That their September alone is just Bears, Falcons, Browns. If that's 2-1 heading into October after three weeks, I'm good with that. And then I got the Lions. I don't feel like the Lions are some juggernaut I can't beat. And I get the Lions at home in prime time. Then I get the Eagles. I don't feel that way about the Eagles either. No, I'm out-talented by the Eagles for sure. But I got a better coach. I'm thinking that way.
I would agree, Coach. The Lions, I think you're out-talented against, too. I think the Lions' high-end talent is still better than Carolina's.
Yes, but like I said with the Eagles, I don't feel that way, though.
No, that's fair.
Especially at home in a primetime spot, I don't feel that way if I'm Carolina.